Okay, class, picking up where we left off at, we were going to lesson 4B. It says instructions, justify all answers with mathematical work or written explanations. Okay, in the example below, Lisa has created a spreadsheet for a monthly budget. Data is entered into cells, like the boxes in a table. The cells are named by the letter of the column along the top and numbered rows down the side. Note, the cell that contains the word income is called A2, not 2A. So income is A2, it's not 2A. So then the actual value of the income would be B2. Okay, so which of the following formulas represent the amount of money Lisa expects to have after paying bills each month? Okay, so basically it goes like this here. She has her income. Everything else would be subtracted from her income. So basically her income is B2. So first of all, we look here and let's take a look at these cells here. So we have B2 minus B3, but everything else is added. We know that that would not work because we would take 1,677 minus 750 and then add all the rest. These are bills. So this would not produce how much money she would have at the end of the month. Now we have B2 minus, and we add up B3, B4, B5, B6, and B7. So it's B2 minus all of these bills. So we know B is a correct answer, but we have to make sure about C and D. Okay, if you notice here with C, we added up all the cells, then subtracted the income, but that would give us a negative value because the bills cannot exceed the income. But let's just take a look here. If we take 750 plus 230 plus 160 plus 89 plus 89 plus 80, that would give us 1,309 minus 1,677. It would give us that we're in a hole, and that's not the case. So we know C cannot work. And then, of course, D wouldn't work because B2 is only subtracted from B7. So our answer here would be B. Now, we go down here to number 2. It says about what percent of her total income does Lisa spend on gas for her car? So we'll go back up here. So her income is 1,677. That would be our denominator. And the gas for our car is $80. So we will put that in the calculator. We have 80 divided by 1,677. And that will give us this long number here. So we would have basically, this looks like about 4.8% when we round it. So what we would do here is we would look at the percent that's closest to it, which would be B, which would be 5%. So now we go here to lesson 4C. Now it says instructions, justify all answers with mathematical work or written explanations. It says consider the graph below showing fuel prices. Okay, now we have inflated adjusted fuel prices from 1997 to 2008. It says number 1, estimate the percentage increase in unleaded fuel from 1997 to 2008. Choose the best answer. Okay, so we look at 1997, notice unleaded is blue and the diesel is green. So we want the unleaded fuel from 1997 to 2008. So what we would do is 1997's fuel, we would say that will come in probably, it looks like probably about 80. Yeah, about 80. So let's say in 1997 the gas was 80. And then in 2008 the gas was, let's say probably about 110. Okay, so now we want to do the percent increase. So what we would do is take the larger number, which is 110, minus the smaller number, which is 80. and divided by the original number. 80 was the start number, which was 1997. So this is the percent of increase, or percent increase. I'm going to abbreviate it. So the percent increase is equal to 110 minus 80, which is 30, all over 80. So we will take our calculator, take 30 divided by 80, and that will give us approximately 0.375, which is approximately 37.5, and the closest one to this would be about 50%, which would be B. Okay, now we scroll on down here to number 2. It says here, estimate the percentage change in diesel fuel from 1997 to 2008. So let's go back here with the diesel fuel. The diesel fuel in 1997 was about, I would say about 81. And then the diesel fuel here in 2008, let's say maybe about 130. So we have about 81 and 130. 81 would be the original, 130 would be the newer price. So we have percent increase, which would be 130, the larger minus the smaller, all over the original. So 130 minus 81 will give us, what's that, 49 over 81. So we would take 49 divided by 81, which would give us a little over 60%. So, okay, class, so even though the answer is quite off here, we know that this is an increase because it increased from 81 to 130. So we know that would take out A and B because those are decreases. Then we look here, this is a little over 60%. We know that 40% is larger than 20%, and 40 is closer to 60. So our answer would be D because it says choose the best answer. So a 40% increase would be the best answer. Now we go to lesson 4D. Same instructions as before. It tells us to justify all answers with mathematical work or written explanations. It says consider the graph below showing top animated films by gross receipts. The gross revenue means how much money the film took in for ticket sales. This does not include how much it costs to actually make the movie. Okay, so we have these values here. So now it says estimate the percent increase in revenue for Shrek 2 over the original Shrek movie in 2001. So we want to do the percent increase. So first we'll go to the Shrek movie, the original Shrek. Let's see, where is the original Shrek here? Here it is here. Shrek. Let's see, what is it? 375.5. And then Shrek 2, which would be 564.1. So our percent of increase, we know we always take the larger value, which would be 564.1, minus the smaller value, which is 375.5, divided by the original amount, which would be 375.5, because the first Shrek movie came out before the second Shrek movie. So we will put this in our calculator. 564.1 minus 375.5. So our numerator will be 188.6. And that will be divided by 375.5. Which gives us approximately 50%. So our answer here would be F, which is about 50%. Okay, now Now we move on to the next problem. It says number 2. What other statements can be made from this chart? Okay, so we have A. Shrek 2 had the most number of tickets sold. Okay, let me go back up here. Well, if we look here, now remember this is inflation adjusted, so let's read all of the statements. B. The most profitable Pixar movie was Finding Nemo. C. Despicable Me was the only CG animated feature film ever released by Illumination Entertainment. Or D. Pixar has 3 of the top 5 grossing CG movies, computer-generated animated feature films. Okay, so we could look here. Let's see. It shows here that we have Pixar, we have DreamWorks, and we have 3 of the top 5 are Pixar. So basically, the best answer from this would be D. Pixar has 3 of the top 5 grossing computer-generated animated feature films. And that is it.